Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Saturday, June 17th, 2023. Crazy how it's June already. Crazy that my birthday's already passed. It's crazy. I'm 24. I turned 24. It was absolutely insane. I was like, what the? How did I? What? Huh? I was like, no way. What? That's crazy. I was talking to my friend and telling him about how, like, I think it was with my friend that we both know. And it was this whole, you hit like, so you hit like 10 years old, and that's like oh, you're 10 now. You may also hit 13 and be like, oh, you're a teenager. You're double digits, and you're like, oh, you're a teenager. And then there's the one where it's like, okay, you're. Hello? Yeah, so you're no, a little bit too low. You're what's it called? You're yeah, and then you turn like 20, like 16 because you can drive. So that's like cool. Like, oh, you can drive now. Oh, that's amazing, right? And then you can, and then there's like, then you turn 21. So, you know, in the States, not here in Canada, but in the States, oh, you can drink. That's great. And you turn 25, and then you never think about like age ever again. And my friend, my best friend as a kid, used to say like, nope, 15 feels exactly like 14, 16 feels exactly like 15, 17 feels exactly like 16, 18 feels exactly like 17. Like there's no difference. It's like iPhone upgrades. The 7 feels exactly the same as the 6. The 8 feels exactly the same as the 7. The 10 feels exactly the same as the 8. The 11 feels exactly the same as the 10. No, yeah, obviously. But, like, obviously the 10 feels very different than the 6. Like, 16 feels very different than 10. Or 21 or 18 feels different than 10. Or 16. Or 13, right? I don't know, just kind of feels interesting that way. But, I don't know. That's what I was saying here. So, yeah. I mean, age is age. I remember this okay. So I'm at my summer camp, right? And this is co-ed, so this is the teenagers week, and it's and there's a group of like I would call them delinquents, but I don't know if that's the right word. I don't know if that's like a derogatory word term now. The troubled children, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But one of them, we're talking about a girl or girls in general, and ages, and we're like, oh damn, too young or whatever. And then one of them just goes, age is just a number. And then the guy above me, because we had bunk beds in our cabins, the guy above me goes, jail's just a room. I went, wow, 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 just wow. I'm like, age is just a number. Jail is just a room. And he looked at him like, you son of a bitch. You absolute son of a bitch. You know, kind of like, damn you. That makes sense, but I don't want to admit it. I don't want to believe that. Yeah. Anyway, isn't there like that dating thing where it's like half your age minus 7 or something is like what you can date or something? The youngest you could date? Or half your age minus 3 or something? I think it's kind of weird, but okay. What happens if you're like 18? You get to like date a 8-year-old, 6-year-old or so? That's just no, no. That's not how that works. I don't think. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna go with ages and numbers and all that, but yeah. I just found this book that I was reading. I haven't read it in a while because I was doing other things, but it's called The Portable Film School: Everything You'd Learn in Film School Without Ever Going to Class. It's a really good book. I haven't read it in a while, but I was talking to my friend who's a film videographer, photographer, and she went to one of the local CJEPs for film something. What was filmmaking, the general one, where she didn't choose a discipline and she wasn't going into college or university, college, university, college university. Um, so um, I asked her like, is it worth it? Would you recommend it? She's like, it depends. Well, my situation going straight into it out of high school, sure, but maybe, but lots of useless classes. I'm like, really? And she goes, especially with all the resources you can get in this day and age. She's like, it's kind of dumb how you can just kind of you can get all of the information that you would want to learn it shit online or somewhere else or YouTube or whatever. And I'm like, fair enough. And then she goes, I don't recommend not getting educated. I'm like, it's fair enough. But I don't think you need it this way. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. Because I read it and they're like, yeah, but this makes me like, write a lot of mock scripts, and I'm realizing I'm terrible at writing. I'm writing a documentary, and it's like, no, you suck. Because I told her I want to make a movie, live action and animated, a live action movie and an animated movie, and I want to write a book, and I want to make a video game, and well, the song I didn't say, I don't know why, but yeah. So at least in my opinion, I feel like, yeah, okay, it's crazy, like stupid, but anyway, what was I saying? Personally, because that's my dream, right? And I asked her what's her dream. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, so that's what I've been like thinking about lately. I'm like, how do I make a movie? How do I? I started just writing a script like 2018, 2019, and I like have one page of it, and it's garbage. But it's an interesting idea. I'm not gonna tell you it now because maybe I'll actually produce it. But you know, I don't know. It's a decent movie. Anyway, the documentary is gonna be great, I think, or it's gonna be decent. It's gonna be decent because nobody's made a good documentary about this subject before. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can make a good. They've made a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of things about it and a lot of like articles, but never a full. If you can figure out what I'm talking about, never a full like documentary about like this is what happened, or like asking the question, where did these things go? What happened to these items? Might be able to figure out what the. I might have even said this before, what it is, but I don't want to say it now. Anyway, so yeah. And so I understand what she's saying. She's saying because you're saying there were so many useless classes. Because that's the thing. There's a bunch of useless classes. My friend said that too when he went to the same uh, CJEP. And my other friend said the same thing. He figured out a way to get around all that by never actually going to any of the useless classes. I don't know how he did it. I should ask him one day. How did you get around going to the useless classes? Also, it was like 3 years ago. So, 4 years ago. So, he kind of figured, like, maybe it was different. Maybe it was a different time. But he figured out how to get, like, a better, like, he didn't actually have to do any of them. My friend, though, around the same time, so I don't know how he got around it, was saying the electives, he was like useless electives, there's like 2 of them or something, and then there were useless classes on top of those electives. Like, there's like history. It's like, why do I have to learn history and take a French class and take an elective, 1 or 2 electives? This is so, he's like, this is kind of a little dumb. He's like, it's okay, but he was doing engineering, and he was like, I don't need any of this for engineering. It's like she was like, she's in film, she's in media. What are you doing in media? Having to go to history class and French class and this class and that class. She's like, it's so dumb. She drove me a little crazy. I was going a little bit out of my mind, and I'm like, I would probably go out of my mind too if it was if I was told, yeah, you got to take all these things. Because the other thing about what's happening is they're changing up how it's going to run now, and you're not only going to have to take French classes about French things, learning French, whatever. You're going to have to take your classes in French. How stupid is that? So if you're doing science and you're an English kid and you never learned any science terms in French, how the hell are you supposed to do all the science and math terms in French? You might even be French, right? Or know how to speak French. But if you don't know the terms in French, it's like, we're not fluent in every possible aspect of the language. I'm going to say one thing right now. They think French is dying in Quebec, the government, and so they're like, well, it's all French, you gotta make French. No, bullshit. Baloney. Bullcrap. I don't give a freaking heck. Because what happened in the 60s, the late 60s, was, go watch a documentary called Action, the October Crisis on the National Film Board website. And it's basically a documentary about the October Crisis, which is the French thinking, oh my gosh, there's too much English in the province. Where's our French representation? We founded this country, basically, which is kind of true, along with Cartier. Along with the English guys. But, that's a whole different history lesson. But they're like, well, what happened? Why? Where's our French? Why is everything English? And it's true in Quebec, almost everything was English. Government, you know, government sectors, uh, 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 the government sectors, department stores, banks. It was all English, and everybody was English. English was just a general like language. It was not like now where French is everywhere. And so though there's something called the FLQ, the Front de Libération de Quebec, that basically became a pretty much a terrorist organization that kidnapped two people, Cross and Pierre Laporte, and one was English and one was French. One was an English, or was it a French? Um, I think one was the ambassador or a diplomat of some kind for Canada or for England or something. And the other one was a French, I think, French politician or something. And so they killed one of them, and then the other guy they released because their whole thing was like, let me go to Cuba, basically. Let us go to Cuba. We'll release our guy. Let us go to Cuba scot free. Nothing happens to us. And then the government was like, you know what? Yeah. And it was the only time in history, other than the stupid time that Justin Trudeau declared basically war on us, the Emergencies Act, which is the War Measures Act. It's a modernization of the War Measures Act. But at least in my but like his father pulled it again when like it was like no, this is, and there's a great interview with that this one reporter has with Pierre Trudeau where he's like, why are there so many people here? Why are there not people? Sorry, why are there so many soldiers here? And he goes, would you like to stay safe in your streets? Well, yeah. Well, I'm doing it with soldiers. Well, you could do it without soldiers. And he goes, yeah? How? And the guy kind of has this like, oh, I don't know. Well, just not do it. Figure out peace with these people. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, I'm going to pay for. I'm going to pay for. I'm going to put on these soldiers, these Canadian soldiers, and we're going to protect your streets. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Would you like your house blown up? And he's like, no. Well then, you know, these soldiers will stay here. Thank you very much. They'll keep the streets safe. Thank you very much. And he like walks out, and the guys are like, because he catches him right before he goes into a building, and he goes in the building. He's like, done. Anyway, that's all explaining that to say that there will be. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if there will be like a Canadian version of the FLQ. Oh, sorry, an English version of the FLQ. But there definitely will be people in the streets going, stop the bull crap, stop the bullshit, stop the baloney, stop treating us like we're garbage, stop treating the Canadian English, the Anglophone citizens of Quebec like second-class citizens. Stop it. There will be people in the streets if you stop. Because what will happen is they'll never. Because we have a bill called Bill 96, I believe, that's not passed yet, but it's a stupid idea. Let me be honest. The Quebec government wants to say that you cannot have services in English. So what happens with the grandfathered people? They don't get grandfathered in that only know English, or don't know French very well? What happens with the people who come here and don't know French? What happens to the people who this and that and the other thing? What happens to? There's so many problems with that bill. First of all, and second of all, so you're going to treat everybody who's first. Now they may be bilingual, but their first language is English. No, you have to know French. Sorry, get out. You don't want to learn French? Get out of this province. It's like, what? Excuse me? You know what's going to happen, right? If we don't stand up, this will be a French province with 100% French people, and then everybody will move to like Ontario or New York or the States or something, and just that's it. Like I know that I didn't try hard enough, so I'm not great at French. I'm not even passable at French. I would take a French exam right now to see if I would like pass the government's like French like level of French, and I would fail 100%. But also fail in English test probably because I'm terrible at language. I'm terrible at writing and it's bad. I also have dyslexia. Well, I don't. I was never diagnosed with dyslexia, but I know for a fact that I have like almost all of the symptoms of dyslexia. So really, it's like like So I know for a fact that like I probably have dyslexia, and so I just like it's hard. But anyway, so for me at least, I'd be like, what happens to the people who also just like, because the pastor of my previous church said that he has to pass some sort of like exam to live here, French to live here, French exam to live here. So I have to pass in the level like the what's it called? The government's like level of like what they classify as like passable French, a good French, like their standards. I'm like, oh my god, this is a bullcrap. Anyway, that's just Quebec for you. It's dumb. It's absolutely ridiculously stupid. They think they're like, oh no, we're gonna lose all of our, oh no, our heritage, our language. You're shoving French down our throats. Everything's French. Go f yourself. Stop the bullshit. Stop the crap. You're shoving it down our throats. Everything's French. Stop the baloney. We're gonna lose it. No. English will be dead one day. You don't stop this. We don't stand up for ourselves. English. We don't do anything about it, and English will be gone. It'll be a relic. It'll be a twinkle in some guy's eye. My children, if I stay here in this province, will be like 100% French. I mean, like, school-wise. I would actually teach them English, 100%. I'd speak English to them all the time. Anyway. And then, I'd be like, yeah, we used to have much better representation and like, English. We were better. There was more English. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. I think the government of Quebec is well, also the government of Quebec, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the most corrupt government in Canada. If not, no, there's way more. I was going to say, it's not North America. No, there are way more corrupt ones in the U.S. But, in America, in the U.S. But, I believe it's the most corrupt in Canada. And it's terribly corrupt. I mean, badly corrupt. And I mean, like, whether that's the school system, the infrastructure, the government, medicine. It's just crazy. It's so bad. Like, speaking of medicine, what people will do in medicine is they'll come here, right? They'll go to McGill University because it's like a world-renowned for medicine. It's medicine and law, what they are like. It's like world-renowned for. They'll come here, learn, like, become a doctor or a nurse, and then just go either to Ontario or the U.S. where they realize, oh wait, I can get so much more money if I just go somewhere else. I'll study here, but I'll go somewhere else. So, and okay, look, for certain things like a doctor or a teacher or a lawyer or whatever, you gotta know French. That's it. But if you want to be a businessman, you have to have, I believe it's 50% of your employees have to be French, or you have to be French or something of the effect of like a stupid amount of it has to be French, like just French. That's it, French. And it's like, it's so stupid. It's the same inclusion and equity crap where it's like, oh, you gotta have your black people, your brown people, your yellow people, Asians, your females, and your LGBTQ. It's like, fuck. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I don't give a hoot who you are. I'm not doing that. If you're not qualified to be, because what is it, the CRTC or something, Canadian Broadcast Standard Council, or whatever. One of those broadcasting people, corporations in Canada was like, well, we're gonna make more diversity, so we're gonna make more Native Canadians and Indigenous Canadians and blacks and females and LGBTQ. I'm like, no! Stop! No, please, no. I want competent, qualified people. Not inclusion because of equity and race and sex and, oh, I need diversity. No! No. No. Freaking two things, okay? There's that one guy who ran for whatever politician in Georgia who basically, he was a reverend, And he basically told his whole congregation, repent of your whiteness. Being white is a sin. Oh my god, as a Christian, that sounds like the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard. Excuse me? The other one was, Coca-Cola had a whole conference or had a whole, like, meeting and, like, presentation of, like, how to be less white. Oh my god, so stupid. That's, like, almost as bad as the girl I was talking to, one who left recently from our previous young adults. She's from a different part of Quebec, up in the, I was going to say north, but I don't know, maybe it's down east? Anyway, and her pastor used to say, okay, I was like, because I'm just talking now about crazy, like, Christian, like, pastoral things and reverends and all that, but he used to say, we talk about how, like, God actually does not like us, or I don't know how we got to this topic, but the topic started as, like, because our topic for the night for one of the young adults was, we asked ChatGPT and we picked one of them, and we said, it was, how can a good God send people to hell? And she got to the point of saying, explaining how oh no, it wasn't that night, it was a different night. It was a different night, completely different night. Never mind, completely different night. But she somehow came to the, like, explaining how her pastor used to say, in every single sermon he'd tell on a Sunday, he'd say, God pukes every time he thinks about you because of how awful you are. And I'm like, what? Wasn't that just, like, get, like, that defeats the whole, like, purpose of grace and mercy. It's like your dad, that'd be like saying, like, your dad pukes every day because he, like, knows you're such a filthy disgrace, You disgrace your family. You disgrace your family. It's like, what? Like, no. Your dad still loves you. As long as you didn't do anything, illegal or awful or terrible or immoral or unethical. Your dad still loves you. You might have done some bad things, but your dad still loves you. Like, I don't get it, right? Like, that is one of the weirdest things I've heard about that kind of Christian. I'm like, what? I heard that and I went, wow. I think everybody kind of had this, like, wow attitude. Like, wow. That's your idea of, that's what you grew up with Christianity? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, wow. Wow, what an actual terrible pastor. If you say that, it's awful. Basically, it was a like, the cult kind of, like, Amish Mormon, Mennonite, all that, like, you'll never be good enough. Oh, you just never be good enough. God hates you. God pukes every day because he just knows how, much of a disgrace you are. You're awful. You'll never amount to anything. It's like, what happened to grace and mercy? The grace, which is getting something. Grace is getting something you don't deserve, and mercy is not getting something you do deserve. So what happened there? He doesn't like. You're not okay. How? Then you never deserve salvation. You're never going to go to heaven in that case. Because I was listening to a guy, right? And he's a former Amish. He left the Amish, right? And he's talking about how, like, one of the, like, exact moments when he realized that his Amish community is a bunch of horse crap, in the sense that, no, stop the baloney, in the sense that, no, look. So what happened was, he was going to get ready to get baptized, because I looked it up and I looked into it, and what happens is, the whole, like, ideology of the Amish, or they came from a whole idea of Christians who said baptism as a child is stupid. We're going to do something called an anti-baptism, or Anabaptists, who realize you get baptized as an adult, or at least older, when you realize, oh, this is I actually want to get baptized. So he's getting ready to get baptized as probably an adult or teenager, maybe, I don't know. He didn't say when in his life, and he goes, okay. He rides a bicycle, and they go, nope, no baptism for you. And that's not what got him. That's not when he realized. He realized when the Amish community down the street, or whatever down the community down the road were all allowed to ride bicycles, and they were going to heaven, and he was now somehow going to hell. He was damned to hell. Excuse me? Like what? Excuse me? What? The other one was his dad was basically shunned out of the Amish community, kicked out of the Amish, okay, kind of, not 100% fully, but basically for pooping in a worldly toilet rather than the outhouse. And his dad went, his dad was also a kind of person who, like, knew, like, the Amish are a bunch of loonies, crackheads, for certain things. He was an Amish and practicing in a very, like, devout practicing Amish, but he was also like, this is a bunch of, I can't poop in a regular toilet, I can't ride a bicycle, I can't do this, I can't do that, and then this community down the street can. What? This is a bunch of baloney. Also, I think that whole, like, modern day... sorry, like you're not allowed to use any technology, no modern day anything, conveniences of anything. I think that's baloney. Where did you get that from? I know I like the idea is good too, because, like, in Europe, in, like, Holland and, like, all that area of the world, Holland and that part, there was a bunch of these Amish who were, like, just really, really good at farming. They were just, like, incredible at farming. And the people around loved having them around because they're just amazing at farming. They just knew how to farm. They were just incredibly immaculate, like, great at farming. So they were like, this is great. I don't care about your beliefs, but you're amazing at farming. You're fantastic at farming. So, cool beans. I don't know. And then I was thinking about how there's 3 things that I say. I don't know. I'm kind of done with the Amish and that kind of stuff. The, like, cults. But anyway, there's 3 things I say that people just go nuts. They hate me for it. It's, I keep cool beans alive. The word cool beans, the term cool beans, awesome sauce, and then I'll say all the time, A-H, I see. I see. I see. It sounds so diplomatic. I see. Yes, yes. Or you're talking to some sort of, like, respect, like someone you're supposed to respect, an elder you're supposed to respect, and it's just, I see. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yeah, I see. Yes, or some diplomat, you're like, oh, yes, yes, or politician was like, yes, yes, oh, I see, yes, yes. You're trying to be very, like, proper. I don't know. My friend brought up a video and went, watch this, and it was basically a video that was a skit that was basically saying, stop saying that because it's so stupid. And I went, never, man, I'm never gonna stop. It's the same thing. Embrace the awkwardness. This is so bad and awkward and terrible. Yeah, well. Take a little, I'm gonna, gotta go a little F you. No, sorry, I'm gonna do it. I don't give a hoot. I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And he looked at me like, with his look like, we can't be friends if you keep doing this. We can still be friends if you keep doing this. I'm like, calm down. He looked at me with his, like, look like, no, we can't be. And I looked back and I'm like, calm down. Calm down. Because I kind of knew what he was thinking. Like, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. So, yeah. And it drives people nuts. And I've had multiple people tell me, stop. Stop, because that's really terrible and cheesy and awful. Cool. So, I'm not saying that they're awful terms or great terms. They're just, I like being that awkward guy who has, like, the stupid, like, whatever's catchphrase crap. What was the catchphrase that somebody told me to write? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, one of the funniest things I ever did was, so the guy who runs the, like, young adults rally, whatever you want to call it, was like, we're gonna make shirts, and we're gonna say something on the shirt, and we're gonna have, like, maybe a sentence or a few words on the shirt, and so he got us to, like, scan a QR code, which brought us to a website, which said write one word or maybe a sentence or something, that said something about, like, this event or the common things or something you want to see on the shirt. And so I'm like, what's Donald Trump's word he made up? I googled it. I'm like, covfefe. I put in covfefe, C-O-V-F-A-F-A, covfefe. It's such a terrible. I wrote covfefe. Because there were other meme words in there, like, yeah. Like the most popular word was yeah. Because he said I'm gonna write the 5 most popular words or something, or like a sentence with, or the popular sentence or something. And so he put it on like the like bottom of like the bottom way at the bottom of the shirt, just so not in the way. But it was the most popular word was yeah. Y-E-A-H. Yeah. And everyone like laughed, and I'm like, oh my god, memes, my friend, memes. It was a meme. It was a freaking meme. It was a meme. It was a meme. But it's one of the best, funniest things I ever did. It was like cafefe. He has to have seen that and went like cafefe. I told my friend that, and he's just like, why? Why did you do that? And I'm like, because it's hilarious. He's like, it is hilarious. That is hilarious. But it's also terrible. I'm like, yes. And I also said to him, he's never gonna put that on a shirt. And I went, no, of course not. Of course not. He's not gonna put it on a shirt. And he looked at me like, yeah, no. But it's just so funny. Donald Trump's word, which kind of means nothing, because he was trying to say another word, but he mixed it up, and then he was like, no, actually, I meant to say that, and you know what I think? It actually means this. And it's like, well, look, Donald Trump, you made up, you said the wrong word. You said the wrong word. Now you want to take that word, make it into a word, sure, but it's not a word. It's not gonna catch on. But Donald Trump's fake word was just covfefe. COVFAFA, covfefe. Oh, covfefe. Covfefe. Such a stupid word. Oh man. Oh man, this is great. I do stuff like that all the time. My memes. My memes. Ugh. That's what my whole clothing line's going to be one day. Oh, my whole clothing line one day is going to be. It's going to be called "Embrace the Awkwardness," and it's going to be a shirt with "Embrace the Awkwardness," which is a Comic Sans shirt. It's all colorful rainbow Comic Sans, and it says "Embrace the Awkwardness," and then other things will be like, "All our bases belong to us." I am Error, Badger. It's just gonna be just like very small writing, so you could fit like a million just Badger on a shirt. Badger, not pictures of badgers, just the word Badger. My friend said that once. He said, I took the word Badger. He's like, so at church, I took the word Badger. I wrote it. I copy and pasted it like a million times into a word processor, and it couldn't even handle. The computer just froze. I'm like, Badger, 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 Badger. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, so terrible. But that's the kind of memes I want on my shirts. Awkward memes too, where it's like when you wave at someone who's actually waving at someone behind you. You're like, oh my god, like you're like they're like, hey, and they like have this like they're like really excited to see you, hey, and they're like, oh, hey, and then they like walk right by you, go to the guy behind you, and you're like, person behind you, like, well, that's awkward, or like embarrassing slash awkward, like. No, embarrassing. Is embarrassing and awkward interchangeable? No, right? I don't think so, eh? Anyway. My gosh, it's so crazy in that, like, wow. I mean, in my opinion, right? No offense, but, like, I think you need to have awkward moments in life. Without awkward moments and, like, where you feel embarrassed, you're never going to learn from them. You're never going to, like, grow or, from them. You have to. You have to fail. That's the other thing, too. You have to fail. In life, you have to fail. If you don't fail, you haven't learned anything. You have learned nothing. If you've gone through your whole life never failing, you haven't grown or learned in life. Like you have to have an awkwardness to everything. You have to be a little awkward. You have to be a little embarrassed too. This feels a little awkward, but gotta go do it. So yeah, personally, that's what I want to do. I want to make a clothing line like that because again, she like was like, you have to make a clothing line with this shirt. The shirt's amazing. The shirt's like fantastic. So I'm gonna give it to the person who came up with the idea of the shirt. Because what happened was, it's really kind of hard to explain, but I kind of came up with the idea for this, but not really. I did something, said this is very awkward, and then another girl said, not the same girl, different girl said, embrace the awkward. You gotta embrace the awkwardness. You gotta embrace the awkwardness. And I'm just like, oh my god, you know, not that. No, I don't know, just create. And I made one that was just handwritten, and it's like, it's actually a terrible shirt, but that's what makes it great. And then the second one, the other one is like typed out, um, embrace the awkwardness. It's in Comic Sans, and it's not aligned properly, and it's so terrible. It's so good. Somebody commented on it and went, "Wow, embrace the awkwardness in Rainbow Comic Sans, and it's not aligned properly. That's amazing." And I went, "Yeah, that's fantastic. It's so good." Anyway, so yeah, that's my what I've been doing. And then I got my camera, my 360 camera, the Z1, the Theta Z1. I'm figuring stuff out. I'm figuring out plugins. I'm figuring out how to use the camera. I'm figuring out that my phone will not. The app doesn't work on my phone anymore. I used to have it on my phone, but now I have it on my Samsung Galaxy Tab A. I think like a Galaxy Tab A from like 2018 or 2019, maybe in 2017. I don't know. It's a, if I can see what it is. Whoopsies. It's a model number, man. It's serial number. Where's the model number? Whatever. It's like a Galaxy Tab. It's an old Galaxy Tab, 32 gig Galaxy Tab. The camera glass broke. I don't give a hoot about it. It was my mother's, but she never used it. Because she said this is so slow, and I went, yeah, it's pretty bad. Although it works for what it works for, it also takes forever to like start up when you like turn it on, and it's very it's like it doesn't have everything work, like nothing, not everything works on it either. So, but it's better than nothing, and because my thing works, I can use the app, the Theta S app, Theta V app, whatever, the app for Theta to connect my camera so I can see. It's actually not bad. The app's actually pretty good. I had never used that app. I used their Theta Plus app back in the day to edit video or to edit pictures. Either way, I edited stuff with it. And I mean, it's decent. It's okay. I think it's going to work very well. And I hope I can do something maybe today or tomorrow or sometime like that. I'm going to go somewhere and like take some pictures with the thing. And I mean, look, I don't think it's terrible. It's pretty good actually, but with the plugins you can do fisheye stuff and it's pretty good. I actually really like it. You can have 3 plugins. It's pretty actually decent. You can have uh single lens, and then you can have dual fisheye, like raw dual fisheye JPEGs, like bracketing and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, I like it. I think it's a pretty good camera. Better than my Gear 360 2017, but I still use that one for video. I definitely say that this is not a video camera. It's, I think, something stupid like very short. You can only have, oh crap, you can only have very short videos on it, and you can update the video length with a plugin for the V, but not for the Z1, which is kind of dumb, but okay. Longer than 25 minutes, I think. So like, I mean, look, in my opinion, the camera is fine. Not made for video. I was talking to some people on a videography Discord, and they're like, "Well, it seems like it's designed for more for video than photo." And I went, "No, not at all. It's a photo camera." And he's like, "Well, it's got lots of it got a mic and lots of it's got lots of mics and a speaker. So I mean, I would think it barks like a video camera." I'm like, "Sure, but it's not. It's really not." Same way I was watching. I think it's the guy's name is, or the channel's called the 360 guy, and he's talking about cameras where it's like, "Oh, this camera's really good for photos because most cameras are made for video." And I went, "What are you talking about? No, most 360 cameras are not made for video. Although maybe they're more made for video than for photo. But even then, most cameras are not made for video." Ah, that hurt. I popped my freaking knee. That can't be good. I've looked into like what your knee, because I know that cracking your knuckles, or you're cracking your knuckles, cracking your fingers, does nothing. It's just popping bubbles. Nitrogen, is it? Anyway, popping air bubbles in your hand. That is like your ball joint socket thing, joint thing, knee, like kind of like popping out of place improperly. And every day I pop at least once. It's kind of actually like a little bit like disgusting. It's actually crazy. But anyway, if you know how to fix that problem, please let me know because I've had it for years, at least 10 years, and it's disgusting. Anyway, so yeah, this camera's good. So yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be good. I haven't actually uploaded anything anywhere yet. I want to. I wanted to use Panora, but Panora just completely crapped on me and decided, yeah, guess what? No, we're not gonna work. It's a really awful, laggy, buggy experience on it when it was working. Then I got hacked, and then I decided, well, this is stupid. It doesn't work. I can't upload video anything on it anymore, so forget it. This is stupid. So the guy who made the Discord bot for Panora was like, well, just wait, maybe it's gonna work. I tried a few days later. I tried almost a week later. I said, forget this is bullcrap, and I'm like, bye. And he's like, well, nothing I can do. But yeah, it seems like a laggy and buggy experience. And everybody I talked to who tried to use it were like, yeah, I can't upload anything. And it's like it's bullshit crap. I'm like, fair enough. It's actual pretty much garbage, literal garbage. Like it's bad. And then I'm like, forget it. It was the best way to do it though because it let me actually upload real 360 photos and videos, not just like a tiny planet or something, you know. Anyway, I thought it was kind of terrible, but anyway. So yeah, why does Facebook not think, hey, Instagram can have the same feature that lets us upload 360 content? It's dumb. Let me do it. Anyway. Nah, gonna keep that to Facebook, I guess. At least because I feel like they separate a few things, keep the two things separate. You know, they like think, oh, we'll keep these two separate. Like you can't post anything other than a picture on or a video on Instagram, which I think is dumb because once they allow you to post a post that's just text, like on Facebook, everyone's gonna just migrate over to Facebook. Oh, sorry, or from Facebook to Instagram because like it's terrible otherwise. Like nobody they use it for that or for like certain things. I don't know. Anyway, it's dumb. I think Discord and Instagram will be the ones that last. What'll happen with Twitter is Elon Musk will realize, oh, I can't make this profitable. I don't care. And the next guy's just going to be like, and he's going to sell it off to someone in like whatever 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and then just like he's going to be like, I don't care. And then the next guy's just not even going to bother and just like let it die. Or the next guy after him, he's going to he's going to let it die. And so I think Twitter's going to dead. I think Facebook maybe the Facebook as we know it. Maybe Meta will exist as a company to make like the metaverse and all that. But I don't think Facebook as we know it is going to stay around for very long. I think 5 to 10 years, 3 to 10 years, and it's gone. 100% as we know it's gone. Which is why I said to the pastor of my previous church who runs the young adults, it's like, look, they have a young adults group chat on Facebook, and I'm like, stop. Okay, whoa, just hear me out for a sec. The next generation is not going to use Facebook. We need either WhatsApp, which is what I suggested, or the Discord server that exists. And he's like, that, yeah, you're actually correct. Do I want to do this now? No, because I use it, and I think we're fine with it. And I'm like, yes, right now you're fine with it. Problem is, next generation is not going to use it. I don't care who you are, they are not going to use it. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, it's fair. Because he thinks probably, well, we're doing fine with it right now. And if you don't want to use it, that's your problem. That's your fault. It wasn't me who did anything here. It was you. You're the ones not wanting to, you know, get with our program. Get with the program. It's like, no, you don't want to get with the times. My friend said, yeah, Facebook, terrible place. Because I explained to him, 2 people said, 3 people, okay? One person eventually made a Facebook account. I never did, and I'm like never going to. One person made a Facebook account. She made a Facebook account. Then there was another girl. I think they're all females, to be honest. Who were like, one said, "Yeah, I have one." One said, "I don't have one," and the third one said, "I have one, but I don't use it ever." And then the next guy, okay, then there was a guy who found out about young adults because of the website, because he doesn't have Facebook, because he doesn't. Oh, it's kind. Also, you know what's stupid? The Facebook page is private, which is stupid, but okay. And they don't use the Facebook page at all. They use the group chat. Where I'm like, how does somebody find you? My brother asked that question to my friend. How does somebody find the young adults? And he kind of looks at him like, And I said to him, I kind of said like, the website, I guess. That's how this guy found it. I'm like, and he looked at me like, why? He looked at his friend like, why? I don't understand. Why? What? Okay, this is stupid. So you have to be invited into the um Facebook group chat. That's stupid. And I went, yeah, it's stupid. And he went, yeah. My friend went, yeah, kind of dumb. I understand what you're saying. It is kind of dumb. Not that it's about, like horrible, but like why public? You have a Facebook page. Someone is logged into the Facebook page, I'm sure. Or you're not logged into the Facebook page and you decided to create a group chat and invite a bunch of random people in. There's a, you know what the other stupid thing is? There's an Instagram page. Use the Instagram group chat. Post on the Instagram page. I don't get it. Why are you so stuck in the past? This is not 2011. We're not, you know, it's at the height of Facebook. Stop. Nobody uses Facebook anymore. God. Discord exists. Use Discord. There's a Discord server that already exists. Use it. Easy. Make an account and use it. I am the only active person on there regularly. There are other people, one or two other people who are there sometimes. I'm the only active. Anyway, just drive me nuts. It blows my mind how like stuck in their ways they are. Oh well, if you don't like it, you get with the program. No, you have to get with the times, old man. You know, kind of thing, like boomer. Anyway, he's not a boomer, but I'm just like he's not a boomer, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, boomer, get with the times. Anyway, so yeah, personal, yeah, that's my opinion. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm never gonna get Facebook, so, and I think the next guy after this guy who's running it now, young adults now, he's going to realize because he's going to be younger and realize even if he's not younger, he might be more with the the youth, hip with the youth, with the times, and he'll go no, we're not using this anymore. This is for ancient people. This is for your grandma, your parents, your grandparents. We're going to use WhatsApp, Instagram, or Discord. Go for it. I hope it's someone I know, because then I could like influence it. Because I really wish that I could influence the fact that like it's stupid. At least he realizes, yes, it is stupid, and we should really get moving on with something else. He goes, or just have both of them running. Yeah, but the problem with both of them running is someone's gonna say, I don't want to have to worry about both of them. I now have to post on both. That's terrible. The previous person did. F yourself. The previous person did. So don't give me that crap. Don't give me that baloney. The previous person did. So it's not hard. There's probably applications or softwares or whatever or scripts or whatever to say, or API things that you can like develop to say post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Discord. Probably a Discord bot that would. There's probably a Discord bot where you make a post on Discord or on some other thing and it pops you over to Discord and says, hey, there's a new thing, or just like takes the text that you've written in on Facebook or on Instagram and just goes and throws it over to like Discord and says, well, here's what I just said. God, it's so dumb. Anyway, that's my opinion on the matter, and that's how I think about it. So, I don't think it's terrible. Even an email list would be better than this. I'm sorry. No, emails are terrible. I don't think you should use it that way. But email lists, at least an email list makes sense. I wonder who runs that. Does anybody run that anymore? I know the previous person ran it, but once she left, does anybody run the thing anymore? I have no idea. It is definitely one of those. I have no idea. Does she? Does anybody? Who? I'm kind of confused. That's like, I don't think so because nothing's been posted in months. So months. So I don't know, but like, yeah. I mean, Oh, good lord! I was just looking at something from the from Instagram, and I was like, I saw something, and I then you see a little more button, click it, and it's like freaking thesis. Good dang, paragraphs and paragraphs. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It exists. Use it. I don't know, but anyway, there's three ways of doing it. There's Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Drop the Facebook. Drop the Facebook now, and you anyway. Also, if you have a Facebook account, you can link it to a Instagram account. So why don't you just all of you people who have it migrate over? Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. I'm done. I'm done with this. I could talk about this for a while, forever, like just the stupidity of this whole thing. But anyway, so yeah, personally, that's I feel Facebook is dead in 3 to 10 years. I give 3 at minimum and 10 at maximum because I don't think it'll exist in this form that in its current form. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. If you want to get in contact with me, there's the email tacoimposters at gmail.com. That's tacoimposters at gmail.com. There's the Discord, the two Discord servers, and the Patreon. If you want to support me, Patreon. Please support me on Patreon. I also stream I was gonna say almost every day, but I don't anymore. I do it like at least once a week, but more like once every few weeks now. But and on there you can give me a not a tip. What's it called? A tip, I guess. You can donate your donation. That's it. You can donate on there. I've only ever gotten $1, but it's cool because it's the first dollar I ever got from. It wasn't directly from YouTube, but it was because of YouTube, so it's cool. Anyway, I think it's gonna be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.